Am I really that much? And breaking these niggas down like a camel. You don't really to know you are.
What's up, guys? It's your girl Brittany, and I'm back with another video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share, all that. Let's get into it. Yo, what I'm telling you, it was so much going on at this reunion. Like, it was ridiculous. So I tried to catch as much as I could, but what I'm telling you, it was so much going on. Like, it was hard to keep up. So it's like, yeah. So at the beginning, Janisha asked the girls, you know, how everything was for them. And then tell me why TT said she feels like she didn't do enough. And it's like, girl, you were in every episode. I remember, yeah, like you did a lot. Like you were involved in, I say 90% of the show. So the fact that TT feels like she didn't do enough is crazy. Like, girl, what else did you want to do? I'm so glad that Tanisha clocked it and she told them, like, you know, like they were turned up, they were doing a lot, and they were low-key bullying. And even though they really didn't have a rebuttal to it, it's just like the fact that they really don't see themselves as what they were doing as like picking on someone or bullying. The fact that they felt like they didn't do enough or they weren't picking with them or they just felt like they did something good is crazy. But anyways, Emery starts to explain why she was lame on the season, and it was just like, girl, I honestly don't care enough to hear what she has to say. And clearly neither does Jaden, because Jaden yells from the audience, STFU. So then Janisha's just like, okay, well, let's bring out Oxy, Jaden, Bahati, and Shay. And then after that's when everything goes haywire. Okay, so these were the fights that I saw. I saw Oxy versus Emery, and no lie, Oxy was slinging Emery around. Like, she was low-key doing her. And low-key, after that, Emery was quiet the whole reunion. Jaden versus TT, and no lie, TT wasn't really doing anything to Jaden. Jaden was low-key getting her. We had Shay versus Gloss, and no lie, I feel like they were both low-key tagging each other. And then Coco versus Bahati, but that one was broken up like real quick. I really don't think anything happened right there. But Isaiah had me crying. He's sitting here talking about, oh, here y'all go jumping again, and y'all go get TT fast. And that's what I can say. TT is very fast. Like, I really need to see a fight between TT and Anna Mac. Okay, and then after that, Oxy and TT fight, and as soon as they fight, Jaden and Bahati and Shay jump in. And honestly, y'all, no lie, I'm not mad at them jumping TT. Like, hypocritical, yeah, but I'm not mad at them jumping TT. I feel like I said, TT was in 90% of the show. She was in a lot of the BS in the show. She jumped in the show. She pulled Bahati's wig off for no reason. She laughed at, you know, all the BS that was going on. She encouraged Cupcake and Janelle's to fight. She, like, well, we can go on and on about everything TT did. So it's just like, I'm not mad at them jumping TT, but my thing when they were jumping TT, I was like, hello, where are her friends? Her friends didn't jump fast enough. But then eventually Emery comes in, she's on Oxy, and then Shay swings on Oxy. Okay, and then no lie, again, Emery did not win any of the fade she was in. Like, Shay was doing her in every time. I was like, damn, Emery. But then again, I'm not mad that Emery is getting effed up. Like, she was encouraging BS all season, and she only wanted to do her little thing with Jaden. So it's just like, yeah, F her up too. Like, at this point, Ming, Rella, and Coco are just, you know, watching. And you know, Ming and Gloss, you know, that's supposed to be her girl. Rella was on their coattail all season 2, so I was surprised that she didn't jump in. And it's like, honestly, I'm surprised Coco didn't jump in either. Like, everybody was cool. Didn't they all just do a song and perform together and whatnot? So it's just like, yeah, I'm confused why they wasn't riding. The funny part was, as Oxy and Shay are sitting down, TT is running at them, and I'm guessing she didn't know which one of them to hit. So Shay just hit her for her, because it's just like, bro, TT, what are you doing? And so then after things like settle for a second, it doesn't like calm down, but it like settles. Bahati comes out of nowhere and she sneaks Cupcake. And no lie, I was caught off guard by that. You know, I really didn't know that Bahati was still on this whole Cupcake thing, but I'm not mad that Cupcake, you know, was getting snuck either. I wish that she would have, you know, fought her face to face. Cause no lie, after they fight, Cupcake was doing a little better. Even, you know, considering she had the boot on and everything. But at the same time, like I said, Cupcake talking crap too. Not like she was actually going to fight, but you know, no lie. Again, not mad at it. Hypocritical, but I don't care. Cupcake was talking shit too. So it's yeah, I encourage all of them getting beat up. And then Isaiah says something about, you know, calling Rella out, saying, nah, Rella gotta get in the field. Rella not in the field. Rella not in the field. And so then Rella tries to jump into it for a little bit. So then Rella and Jaden take the next 30 minutes sitting here. You run up, no, you run up, no, you run up, no, you come here, no, you come here. And it was just like, at a certain point, I really just didn't want to see them fight anymore. I was just like, okay, at this point, you guys just walk away. Like, the only thing that's going to happen is people are going to boo y'all. But it's like, they took too long to fight. But when they did, I was like, Jaden, she ate that one little thing. Like, you know, she said she was tired. Like, she was getting beat up all season. Like, she had to come to the reunion and do her big one. And that she did. And then after that, Rella was just looking stupid. They were like, take your wig off. She was like, I can't. It's stuck to my head. Like, girl, shut up. Like, just take it out, sit down. Like, and after all that, y'all, honestly, that was a lot. Like, I tried to break down as much as I could, but that was really a lot. And then, like I said, I feel like it's lame Coco didn't jump in. I feel like it's lame Ming didn't jump in. And yeah, and I'm not mad that the girls are on that with them, because when they finally get some dialogue, that's what Bahati said. They're on that with them because they were doing BS all season. So it's just like, yeah, I like that. And one thing I am happy about too is that even though Bahati and Oxy had their little thing backstage, like, I'm happy that they were all still, you know, fighting together and, you know, not arguing in front of the other girls. It's like, I'm glad they all kept their little foursome, like, yeah, Fantastic Four. And so after they talk for a little while, TT just stands up and her and Bahati go at it, and it's just like, oh my gosh, no lie, my opinion, I feel like Bahati kind of upped her up a little bit. And it's like, even though Jaden did get like 2 hits in, it's like, not like Jaden really did anything, but when Bahati and TT were fighting, Bahati kind of did her a little bit. And then we finally get to talk about Shay and Bahati's experiences in the house. They both talk about how it was a time, like how every day it was rough. And then Janisha also shares with Shay how the audience feels like she should get her Baddies chain, and she's happy about it. And I feel like Shay should get the Baddies chain. You know, like, she was doing her stuff in the house, doing her stuff at the reunion. So it's just like, I feel like Shay should get the chain. Then as Bahati is sharing her experience, of course TT's being a hater, and it's just like, at this point they're just so obsessed with her. It's just like, dang, you could have just let the girl just say what she had to say. Like, you already done fought the girl 11 million times. Like, gosh. But then Oxy comes back on stage, and then when Oxy comes back on stage, Gloss automatically stands up, and then they start going at it. And no lie, Oxy was effing Gloss up. It's like, dang, like, I'm mad at the fact that Gloss up really don't got the hands, like she said. Like, it's really, you know. But then as Oxy and Gloss are fighting, TT jumps in, and so that's when Bahati jumps in, and it's just like, oh my gosh. Like, and then again, chaos. But honestly, let me say this too, I'm not gonna be mad if Oxy gets the chain though. Like, I feel like Oxy started off slow, but eventually she just started getting turned up, and when she turned up, she didn't go down. Like, she really, even though I went back and forth with her, she been standing on her stuff. It's like, I like that. And because it was so chaotic on stage, Natalie comes in and she's just like, Batty shot o'clock, Batty blunt o'clock. And you can tell Natalie is honestly super drunk, but you can see that she was honestly probably just like tired of everybody fighting. Like, it was probably a lot going on. I know on live Isaiah said it was like 2:30 a.m. It's like people were probably ready to go home. So it's just like, but the thing is, it seemed like they could have did this this all night. So, but it's just like, yeah, I understand. Yeah, Baddy shot o'clock. Like, yeah, y'all calm down. But let's give out the money. But then Daisy comes back on stage. And honestly, it was so much chaos on the stage that I low-key forgot about Daisy. So then Daisy comes back on stage. And when Daisy comes back on stage, you know, of course, you know, she whoops Baddies' ass. But then it's just like, no lie, I thought that the girls were gonna jump in. It's like, okay, I support, you know, y'all did y'all thing on everybody else, but shit is Daisy's the real bitch that they needed to be jumping. Like, no lie, like I was really hoping that they were going to jump in, but you know, I'm not mad that they didn't. It's just like, I guess. So as Daisy has her back turned, like talking to the audience, Bahati, you know, gets her lick back, and no lie, she did that little thing. But then Daisy comes back and she beats Bahati again. So it's just like, yeah. Out of nowhere, we cut to Cupcake crying to Janelle. She's saying that she's going home, and it's just like, how come every time something happens to her, like, it's always something sad? Like, it's like, I really just wish that she just would have been one of those people that submitted a video in or just called out sick to the reunion since she's not feeling well. I'm guessing Cupcake just didn't expect to fight. She just probably expected, you know, a probably little cute little verbal altercation. Like, you know, she had the boot on, like, so I'm guessing she was probably just overwhelmed. But it's just like, yeah, girl, you really should have stayed at home. So then out of nowhere, TT and Jaden fight again, and then, you know, no lie, TT, you know, whooped on Jaden. But it's like, Jaden's fighting skills have improved, and I'm glad that she's not being scary. Like, I was happy for her. Like, I was proud of her, because I really thought that she was gonna, you know, come on some let me talk it out timid stuff, but she was on that with the Fantastic Four. So it's like, they were owning this whole reunion. I was living for them, no lie. However, I will say TT was also standing on business this reunion. And low-key, I knew Daisy was gonna do something, but yeah. Because after Emery got beat up, she just sat down. After Rella got beat up, she just sat down. Ming didn't do anything. Gloss was in there, I'll say that. And Coco, she was just sitting back. So it's just like, yeah, they I will say that too. And then afterward, Janellis comes back on stage. And when Janellis comes back on stage, her and Shay get into it. And when her and Shay get into it, you know, Shay kind of effed her out. What was funny was Shay's bonnet fell over her eyes for a second. And the whole time, Janellis is fighting like this. And it's just like, girl, turn around, open your eyes so you can swing, because you're getting effed up by default. So then we finally get some questions. And y'all, no lie. And no shade, like, I'm glad Isaiah was there, because if it was up to, who was the girl? Zoe Spencer? I honestly can't remember her name right now. And Janisha, it's like, it just would have been a fight fest. It's like, can we get someone to host a reunion that actually watched the show, that's actually going to ask questions? I feel like maybe Janisha's just, you know, kind of soft, but we need someone that's going to put some authority and ask questions, because Isaiah was the audience host. These are the questions the host should have been asking. You know, it's like, yeah, but that's just my opinion. So then boom though, Isaiah finally asks a question, and he asks Oxy why she didn't do anything when TT messed up the bed. And she was just like, I didn't do anything because I thought we were cool. And it's just like, why would you think that? Like, you know, but I don't remember how their dynamic was in the house, because I just remember how bad it is now. But I'm glad I'm glad Oxy is actually fighting TT now after seeing all this BS. But for her to say she just thought they were cool, and then she lied, and I think no, Shay said she wasn't in there. Shay said she wasn't in there. But yeah, Oxy see her saying, yeah, you know, it's because I thought we were cool. Like, girl, and then on top of that, why would a girl that's cool with you be messing up your bed like this? Like, I don't get it. So it's just like, I just felt like it was just low-key a cop out. Like, she just didn't want to fight TT at that moment. And then Isaiah asked Coco, why did she act like Jaden was holding her hostage in that room? And Coco just finally admits that she was being messy. And it's just like, girl, yes, that's all you had to say. You sitting here talking about whatever you were talking about before. Oh, you not about to hold me hostage in the room. You need to go out and stand on business. Like, girl, yes, like we knew you were just being messy and trying to start drama, because why else would you unlock the door? Like, because if you wanted to leave, you could always just unlock the door and leave. Like, not like it was an actual lock on the door. Like, it wasn't like, girl, like, but I'm glad she actually told the truth, because that whole situation did blow me. Like, now that I'm thinking about it. So then afterwards, you know, Natalie's just like, okay, let's give out the money, the 2 chains. Like, well, like, you can literally tell that Natalie was just over it. Like, she was not having fun. Like, she was not trying to interact, like, but she just wanted this to be over. So as she says that, Daisy comes back on stage, because they said, you know, like, all the girls have to be on stage for this. So Daisy comes back on stage, and as soon as Daisy comes back out on stage, surprisingly, TT runs up on her, and I did not see that coming. TT's the last person I expected to swing on Daisy. I thought it was gonna be like Bahati. No, I didn't even think Oxy was gonna do it. I thought it was probably gonna be like Bahati, or maybe even Coco, because Coco stood up. But the fact that TT did it, it's just like, no lie. Like, I hate the fact that TT's standing on business, but it's just like, TT standing on business. But yeah, y'all, next episode, I'm guessing it's gonna be Daisy versus everyone. You know, Coco was getting her, TT was getting her, and it's just like, of course, her and the Fantastic Four gonna fight again. And it's just like, yeah, Erica's coming, and Erica and Rella gonna fight, but it does look like Erica was around security. But it's just like, it looked like eventually they're gonna fight, and I can't wait to see that. Because if Rella does not win, I'm going to be upset for her. Because it's just like, she been getting done dirty by her ops that she talked crap about, like, all reunion. So it's just like, I'm hoping that she lose, because I like Erica more. But if she wins, I'm pretty sure that's just going to make her day, you know. But yeah, y'all, like I said, whew, that was a lot, y'all. Like, I had to get Buzz to do this, like, because it was, watching this was just a lot. It was a lot going on. Okay, so if I missed something, y'all just let me know what I missed, and we can talk crap about it in the comments. And y'all let me know how y'all feel about this reunion, because like I said, it was a lot. I want to know all thoughts on all phase and situations. So yeah, y'all, when y'all see part 3, I'm gonna see part 3, and I'm gonna be back on here talking about it again. So until the meantime, just make sure that y'all like, comment, subscribe, share, all that.